Welcome to the November 2024 Las Vegas Real Estate Report. In this video, I want to cover the October Las Vegas area key housing stats. Our inventory continues to increase. I'll go over what that means. The interest rates post-election holding around 7% for conventional. We'll talk about why that's happening. End of year new home builder incentives continue. I'll show you where some of those opportunities are for buyers and sellers here in the Las Vegas Valley. Hi, my name's Jan O'Brien, along with my co-team leader, Cosmo Marabi. We have a great team of professionals covering all parts of the Valley. Make sure you reach out to whoever might have sent this video to you. We're here for all your Las Vegas and surrounding area real estate needs. All right, let's dive right in and take a look at what happened with the key housing stats. I'm reporting just on single family homes right now. The median sales price, which is what I compare every month for the last several years of doing these market reports, actually went down a little bit from the previous month in September, where it was 479.9. The median sales price went down a little bit to 475,531. That's still up almost 6% year over year. Units sold also went up a little bit year over year, 12.9% to 1918. New listings, again, comparing it to October of 2023, it was up almost 23%. Now, this tells the big story here, and that is the units of single-family homes that were available at the end of October as a snapshot were 5,784, meaning they were on the market and did not have an active offer putting them under contract status. That's up over 37% year over year. And this right here, it really is telling the story. The increase in inventory with just comparatively, I'll show you in a moment, the sales ticking down a little bit is just all about people not buying as many homes as they have been in previous times. And that's been due to mainly interest rates, the uncertainty as we went through this political season, and frankly, sellers having sub-4 interest rates, not really wanting to give up that amazing interest rate to go get a 7% interest rate, 6%, 6.5%, 7% interest rate. All right, let's take a look at that from this chart. I put that data that I get each month, and I've been tracking it this way for 2 years just to sort of see where have we come. And then we'll talk a little bit more about maybe where we're heading as we move along in this video today. So back in January 2023, our median single-family sales price was $425,000. You can see it flatten like that for a little bit for the first several months of the year. And then we saw this increase, and we really hung around $450,000 in 2023 as we ended the year. Then coming into January 24, it dropped a little bit, $445,000, but you can see that it went up. 473, 475. In July, we hit 480. That it was really close to the 482, which was the single highest price that we had for single family homes back in May of 2022, historically for Las Vegas. And then you see that we've dipped down now since July, 476, 479.9, really close to that. And then, as I just mentioned, 475. But what I do want to show you is the inventory. So let's just look at the availability month over month since the beginning of the year. So we see 35, 3,400, 33, 4,100, 4,600, and it has just been steadily, stayed kind of even the first half of the year, but we have steadily seen it increase. 4,100, 46, 52, 54, and now 57, 84. That's really telling the story of more inventory just means less demand, and also a combination of less inventory, but really it's a combination of the not as many people wanting to purchase homes at the moment, as I just mentioned at the top of the video. Here's another depiction of just that single family median sales price since January of 2023. I just mentioned how it flattened out. It went up and it's ended around 445. And then you can see the steady increase we had at the beginning of the year. And now we're sort of flattening it out, dipping down and up again, but we're right at 475 as the median sales price. All right, let's take a look at mortgage interest rates. Now, I've gone back to the year 2000 just to give some perspective that we were above 8% back in the year 2000, and you can see where they went down. Now, of course, back here in 2020, when we had the pandemic, this is where we can see that the interest rates dipped. I'm just showing 30-year fixed conventional, and 30-year FHA VA, which is usually about a half a point under conventional. So we, I think a lot of people are thinking, are we ever going to get back to this? Not necessarily. We don't see it anytime soon. And if you went back and I showed you this chart historically, we just haven't been in that rate. It was because of what happened, a worldwide global pandemic, bringing that rate, Fed's bringing that rate down to zero to stimulate the economy and all the things that have gone on since. But now we're up here and we've dipped. Okay. We got really close to hitting that 8% again, and now we're floating around here. And today we're right at 7.04, 7.05, and about 6.45 for FHA. And the bottom line is this: expect it to continue to stay this way until things play out. New administration, uncertainty in the market with policies, all of this has got to play out. The bottom line, as I report every month here, it's not so much just about what the Fed is doing. It's all about inflation, unemployment, and other economic indicators that really drive what happens to our mortgage interest rate. And markets are going to respond not only to one, but also to the economic policies they're expected to implement. So that's why it's going to stay a little volatile as everything continues to move forward. Expect the interest rates to sort of be here until we see how this all plays out. But really focus on what's happening in the economy, what's happening with inflation, and that is going to drive what happens with interest rates. Okay. So where are opportunities right now if you are a buyer? Well, if you're considering buying, there is a little more inventory. There has been since the beginning of this particular year. And the inventory is, as I just showed, continuing to increase, incrementally each month. So there's definitely opportunities to negotiate on listings that have been on the market longer than 45, 60 days. The seller might be more motivated to get that sold, and maybe they've adjusted the price so they're willing to, negotiate. And that's where we come in. Myself, Cosmo, our team are experienced, been in the business quite a while here in the Vegas area. We know how to provide all that data for you so you can make the best decisions. There's definitely competition in homes that come on the market, resale, that are in great condition, that have been renovated and updated. Most people will go out and we're showing homes, and if a home has 20, 30 years old and hasn't been updated anyway, mainly we're talking in the flooring choices and the kitchen and the cabinets and countertops and so forth. If those haven't been updated, people look at it like, well, I've got to do a lot of renovation here. And that's really been the story for the past year plus of the market as to why some homes sit on the market a little bit longer. So just be aware that if you're looking for a resale, you might have to be competitive. There might be opportunities, again, if the property has been on the market for a little bit and you're willing to maybe go in and do some of those renovations yourself. And I'm not talking about fixer-upper here. I'm just talking about dated homes, okay? Now, this is going to continue until we get very competitive lower interest rates. Who knows when that's going to happen? And then the market will shift and maybe we'll see more properties come on the market, more buyers jumping back in and so forth. There are definitely some opportunities with new builds, as there has been over the last couple of years with the rates being high. And especially as we round out the end of the year, here's a builder, again, offering incentives if you go under contract and, by the end of the year and close by the end of January. There's everything from 4.99% fixed with, negotiated closing costs for credit for closing costs, or even a further rate buy down, throwing in appliances. Here's another one at 5.25. Here's another builder that's offering a low, 2-1 buy down that get you started at 3.5%. And then it will move up, but they also have a 4.99 fixed. So there are definitely opportunities. We are definitely new home specialists here with Cosmo, myself, and our team, and we can let you know where all the best opportunities are. Pretty much all builders are offering some type of incentive and we know where that is, and we know where the opportunities are. The opportunities are always going to be for the best deals. If you're ready to go now, get in under contract now and take advantage of these lower interest rates and maybe even some price corrections, as well as getting your closing costs covered. That is what we can help you with. So if you're a seller in the Las Vegas Valley, or you're considering selling your home, or maybe you've been considering selling your home for a while, I've been saying this every month. If you go back and watch, it's the same story, but this is the same message I need to get across to you. You certainly have options, and we want to invite you to call us. Let us come out and do a one-on-one consultation and talk to you about what's going on, talk about what is happening for you, because everybody's individual, has different goals, and depending on what your scenario is, we'll help you put a strategic plan together, whether that's put your home on the market now or wait and do it later. We'll walk you through what all those options are. So you can obviously wait until the rates decrease. What we will certainly hope that at some point, perhaps next year, we'll see that. And again, it's going to depend on what happens with the economy and inflations. And there's a lot of unknowns there as we move into the new administration, and what kind of policies and could they impact prices? Could inflation go up again? Will it come back down? These are all things the Fed's going to look at. The mortgage industry will take a look at all of that and continually adjust their rates based on those factors I talked about. So you can wait, but then again, what you'll have is the challenges when buying, because I always tell everybody, you can't get the best of both worlds. You can't sell high and buy low in the same time period, not in the same time period. You could sell potentially high and wait and buy low later. Or when we say buy low, that's just because there's a lot of competition, or not as much competition. We'd have to wait for a market where it's more of a buyer's market. And that may not happen if the rates come down and now everybody that's been waiting for a couple of years jumps back into the market. That'll just increase prices, which is what sellers want, which is great. Interest rates come down, maybe you get some more competitive bids, more people are offering. But now if you're going to go put your buyer hat on, you're going to be right back into that boat of competing with other people, multiple offers, and maybe having to really, provide what the seller wants and not get as many concessions. So there are opportunities now to sell. Now, we've helped many people in the past several months sell their home and then go and buy a new home or buy a resale home and take advantage of the opportunities to negotiate. So again, if your home is really well updated and has been well maintained, doesn't have a lot of deferred maintenance, and maybe you've updated it if it's an older home, then expect that you'll be one of the homes that people want to move into that are out looking, and there's definitely opportunities to get multiple offers. And so perhaps get a really good deal to sell now, and then maybe go look at new homes or other opportunities. And again, everybody's different. Just reach out to us. We're happy to sit down and negotiate on your behalf if you're ready now, or just talk about when's the right time for you to move. All right, that does it for the November real estate report for the Las Vegas market. Make sure you're following us on YouTube so you can catch this and get notified every month when I post this market update. We're also on TikTok, Living Las Vegas and Henderson on Instagram. We'll see you next month.